If I had to fundraise for my startup all over again, this is what I would do. My name is Yehuda Niv, and after bootstrapping the largest publishing house in Israel, I believe that fundraising for a startup, which was an AI-based publishing platform, would have been easy. But it turns out that the fact that I didn't serve in a top intelligence unit in the Israeli army, and I wasn't a founder of a classic startup, meant that to investors in the ecosystem, I needed to prove myself once again. Here's how I did it with Spines and what I wish I knew back then. Network with entrepreneurs who raised money in the last year. The VC space is constantly changing, and you need to know what's going on right now. Fundraising in 21 was very different than fundraising in 23. Different valuations, different check sizes, and different standards. Make sure you're following the most up-to-date advice. Understand which category your startup belongs to. If you know your category, you will know where to focus your efforts. Meeting with B2B focused VCs when I was running a B2C startup wasn't the best use of my time. A great way to identify a relevant VC is to look at what they're actually investing in and not what they are claiming to be investing in. Someone gave me a great advice. Review a VC's portfolio before you're asking for an introduction. This might surprise you, but the last thing you want is to get introduced to a top-tier VCs at the beginning of your fundraising journey, because you will probably burn those bridges. Early on, an investor asked me, "I can publish a book with ChatGPT, why do I need you?" To me, it was obvious you can't, but at the time I didn't have a good answer. Luckily, it wasn't an investor I was afraid to lose. I recommend getting tons of feedback as fast as possible so you can understand all the holes in your story and fix them. When you're meeting with a top-tier VCs, you want to be already at a stage where someone could wake you up at 3 a.m. with a question about your startup and you can nail the answer mid-snore. When I finally met Aleph about Spines, I was ready for whatever they threw at me. And we raised a $6.5 million seed round. But if they had been the first investor I met, I have no idea what the outcome would have been. Once your story is super tight, you are ready for the top tier investors. You need to really, I mean for real, believe in your mission. You are going to get a lot of no's. You are going to face tons of challenges and obstacles. Unless the problem you are trying to solve is extremely important to you, you won't make it through. The first investor I met told me my idea wouldn't work. There was a time when we had 2 months of runway left. If I didn't have a burning passion for helping authors to realize their publishing dreams, I probably would have quit so many different times. Trust me, when you have big vision but a little traction, your passion is the resource that can turn everything around. While it may be challenging to raise VC money, there are practical steps you can take right now to increase your chances of success. Start meeting with relevant entrepreneurs. Make sure you get really clear on what your story is and the category your startup is in, and stay focused on your vision.
מעולה. יפה מאוד. ובוא נעשה קאט קטן.
קטן.